Well, hello, thank you for joining me today again on the Church History Trail. You're very welcome to the programme. And where we are is we're actually at Blackwatertown, and we're at a chapel here. And this site actually was a pre Norman monastic site. So there's a bit of history to this site. And not only are Roman Catholics buried here, but also Protestants are buried here as well. And some of the graves go back to the 18th century and the 17th century. But I'm going to show you this first. So this says erected by the Reverend Bernard Quinn, parish priest, AD 1780, and then re-erected by the Reverend Michael Cone, I think it is, parish priest, AD 1848, and then re-erected 1970, the year I was born actually, AD. And then this here is a baptismal font. So I'm going to take you into the graveyard here, and there's a wee billboard as well with a bit of information on it. And this building here, some of the men who held office in this church here actually lived in this with their families back in the day. And I'm told that the parish priest actually lived in here during COVID. So he did. So this is the old graveyard. There is a modern graveyard, but this is the one of most interest to me. And this is, as you can see, Clonfeacle Cemetery. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So it says here, I'm going to read this out to you because I'll read some of it anyway. There's good information on it. The alphabetical index of graveyard inscriptions in St. Jarlath's Cemetery was prepared by Charles Dillon and James Donnelly in the late 1980s. The accompanying map was plotted at this time by Mrs. Doreen Lappin, which is this here, which was a great help. And then it says Protestants used this pre-Reformation place of burial before St. Patrick's, Benburb, was established in 1618. And I've actually done a few videos there at Benburb. Some Protestant families continued to use this cemetery for many more years. The Atkinson family of the Anamoy is recorded as having used it till 1777. I'll be able to show you their grave. In fact, it's a big thumbs up to the gentleman here because he was able to point that grave out to me. So thank you, sir. And then it says 3 stones bear 17th century dates, which I haven't been able to locate. The earliest is that of Hugh Daly, dated 1645. The next of Mary Tannell, I think that is, or Tanai, dated 1680. And the third is that of Father James Coolan, dated 1683. He was parish priest of Clonfeacle here when St. Oliver Plunkett was in the See of Armagh. And then it says C140, so grave 140, which would be this area here, somewhere. I can see 42 and 44. There's 40 there. So it says it marks the resting place of Father Arthur Kelly, who died 15th of May 1733, aged 58 years. He was a native of Syria. Is that Syria? Syria, I'm not sure. Townland and tradition has it that he was protected from the priest hunters by the Society of Friends or Quakers of the Grange meeting, who were his close neighbours. So then it says, there are several other interesting stones which marks the resting place of Hugh Brannigan, and has a quotation, which is Latin, of the Roman poet Ovid, 43 BC to 17 AD, and means sooner or later we hasten to the same abode. Hugh Brannigan died 2nd of March 1743, aged 68 years. And then it says here, that's one for the warts, and then which is superstitious. And then there's a concrete cross as well. And so it goes on. And these are the words of Jesus Christ: I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me will not die. Do you believe this? So there's a few interesting graves there. But I want to show you the Atkinson one first. Which is this one here. So this is the burial ground of the Atkinsons of Anamoy. So this is the one that's mentioned actually on the board there that I just showed you. So that's the Atkinson family. And the board, if I remember rightly, said that they were burying up until about 1717 or so. So this is probably a 17th century grave. They're probably buried in here from the 1600s, I would assume as well. Possibly, but maybe not. I don't know, to be honest. So I'm going to show you a few more graves. You can see the dates on the window there. It says 1780, 1995 for this chapel. So this one says, here left the body of James McGee, I think that is. And he departed this life October 15th, 1746. So that's an old grave. And that one there is 1766, I think. John something. And I think that's 1766. And then this one's 1776, I think. Or else 1770. And then this one you can see 1766. So who is it? Here lies the body of, hard to make out. And then here lies the body of Malone. I think that's the same name actually. Malone. It is. So they could be related. Patrick Mullen or Mellon. That's what it is, Patrick Mellon. And that, I think, is of Eddie, I think, Mellon. So I would say they're related. That's the surname. So there's a 1761 date on that. So this is the modern graveyard, and I'm going to show you the old fort, one of the old forts that used to be here around the time of the 9 Years' War. So if you can see that ring up there with the trees and like a bank, well, that's where the fort was. Again, it's thanks to that gentleman, I wouldn't have realised that, only he pointed it out to me. So there's a few other 18th century graves I'm going to show you. So that one's 1746. And it's Patrick Grady, I think. Some of them are hard to see. Some of them are actually quite good. This is one of the oldest ones here. Here left the body off. Is that William? Possibly. William Bloomer. William Bloomer died 1726. I assume that's William Bloomer, and he died 1726. And so this one says here left the body of Edward I think that's a B. Gabland. I think that is. Or Garland, sorry, that's what it is. It's an R. Who departed this life the 6th day of October 1768, aged 21 years. So that one's pretty readable. You can definitely see the 1768 there. There's a 1731, I think, yep. Departed this life March 17th, 1730. As you can see, that's about all you can really make out on it. It's broke, that one. That's 1937, so you've really old graves and more modern graves. Margaret Hughes died 3rd of May 1937. 1818. See if we get the end on this one. Nope, hard to see. So I want to take you down and show you a wee house. You see the way that one there has come out of that, I think, by the looks of things. Yep, has indeed. And the priest is buried somewhere in here, who the Quakers, according to tradition, saved. I think that one's 1720. I think. What do you think yourself? There's another broken one there. A lot of moss on it. I have a wee scraper, but I don't have time to scrape these today. I have other videos I want to record. I think that's possibly 1787, maybe. Yeah, 1787 by the looks of it. So I want to show you this wee house. So I think the date on that is actually, it's TJ, whoever that is, 1793, I think that is. Just below the chimney there. Isn't that a cracker wee house from the 18th century? Absolutely fantastic. You can see the beautiful countryside around here as well. Now, there was an incident here with this graveyard. I'm going to tell you about it, and then we're almost finished. So, basically, what happened, I think it was the night of the Great Storm, if I remember rightly. But anyway, at one time, part of this graveyard actually tipped out onto the road, and there was a whole pile of bodies and bones laying on the road, which was all jumbled up and mixed up. So they had to be reburied here. But the wall actually collapsed, and it collapsed out onto the road here. Now I hope it doesn't collapse today, because I'm on it. But it collapsed out onto the road here. So it did. And you can see that wee house again. That's a belter of a wee house. So I've one more grave I want to show you. and it's of a parish priest. Now, he wasn't a parish priest here, he was the parish priest of Carlingford. And I've done a number of videos in Carlingford. Carlingford is absolutely fantastic. And on my video, I cover a lot of church history, but that doesn't mean to say that I agree with every doctrine or every person's belief. But church history is church history, and you cover it wherever the chips fall. So, this is the parish priest here of Carlingford. So, it's the Reverend David Finn, CC, who died 8th of February 1888 in the 37th year of his age and the 13th of his ministry here, or ministry, sorry, in loving memory of the people of Carlingford, amongst whom he laboured zealously for 7 years. And it says, have erected this monument. So there you go. So that was a minister, a parish priest, who ministered at Carlingford. So there you go, folks. Hope you enjoyed that wee graveyard tour. Wasn't that fantastic? Absolutely brilliant. So I'll take you back to the Atkinson grave, and then we'll wrap this wee video up. And this is a Protestant grave, and of course they were burying here up until about 1717, if I remember rightly from the board. So thanks for watching, and God bless.